Angry MGTOW here, and we're just gonna jump straight into the video. So, today we're talking about men will never forgive women for feminism. This is a direct response to Erin Volentine. So we're not gonna even play the intro, just jumping straight into the video. Definitely let me know if you're hearing the sound in the comment section when I play the video.
Hey y'all, it's Erin, and today I am going to talk about why I don't consider myself a feminist. And I want to talk about this topic because I years ago created a video about why I don't wear a bra, and it was recently featured as a little part of this really cool video that was posted on YouTube and got tons and tons of views. It's a really awesome video, and I'll post a link in the description if you want to check it out. But since that was posted and so many people saw it, I've gotten more comments recently, not just that video, but other videos I've made in general, you know, like not shaving my armpits or anything. And people have made comments about feminism and take your feminist BS and go whatever, you know, stuff like that. And I just want to talk about how I feel about that, because I don't consider myself a feminist.
So it's interesting that she makes all these points very quickly. She doesn't wear a bra, she doesn't shave her pits, she looks like a kind of hippie chick. And it's interesting because she does all of these things without ever calling herself a feminist. If I want people to know something interesting about the bra, the bra was actually invented by a woman. It was invented by a woman. It was pioneered by men. So in other words, after a woman invented the bra, it took a while before it actually caught on. However, the bra was actually invented by a woman. Before bras, women wore corsets, and the purpose of a corset was to essentially make their tummies look smaller. Again, it was just a style back then, and it wasn't something that women were forced to do. It was something that women chose to do. When the bra came along, it allowed them to get out of having to wear the corset while still allowing their tits to be perked up. And the bra simply caught on and became a standard. However, to date, no one actually tells women to wear a bra. In fact, in most companies, very few companies are going to tell a woman to wear a bra. It's not something that men do. For the most part, men don't actually care. I've seen some effeminate little boys running around, put on a bra. But most men don't give a damn if a woman is wearing a bra or not. The bra that women talked about burning back in the 60s and 70s is something they created. I've said it before that women create the vast majority of their misery.
At all. And if you do consider yourself a feminist, I have nothing at all against that. Everyone is entitled to their rights. I just want to talk about my personal, or everyone's entitled to like their beliefs or whatever. I just want to talk about my personal view on the whole thing. So here we go. The reason why I don't consider myself a feminist is because, okay, I feel like people need to be a feminist because they feel like women are being oppressed. And I'm not saying that women are not being oppressed, because I know that they are. But I feel like that's kind of where the feminist movement came from. And I personally don't feel oppressed in any way. I would say like I'm a humanist, but I'm not even a humanist. You know, I think animals have rights, and, you know, we shouldn't hurt them or kill them or you know, pin them up or whatever.
I'll admit that, like, it's really hard for me to attack this woman. It's really, really hard for me to attack this woman because I don't want to say that she's not very bright. I just think that she's just kind of living life, and she's living the life that makes her happy. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that she's not going to be naturally hypergamous. I'm not saying that she doesn't possess the same female nature that all women possess, but what I am saying is that she's at least going with the flow of life, and which is something feminists don't do. Feminists are extremely narcissistic, they are extremely materialistic, and they blame everyone for everything. Here you have a woman living the life that she chooses to live while not blaming anyone or attacking anyone for the decisions she's made, which I think is quite commendable. People think that I naturally sit around just attacking women at every turn, but I actually listen to what they say, and if they make a good point, I want to recognize it.
Or whatever, all the crazy things that we do to them. And so I just live my life. Like, I don't feel like I need to proclaim my rights as a woman, as a feminist. I feel like I have those rights because I'm the only one that can give or take away my rights in my own personal life. And I don't feel a need to, like, say, you know, I can do this or I can do that, or I am strong and I can do anything a man can do. I just do it. Do what I want to do. Don't do what I don't want to do. And some people say, like, oh, you're not shaving your arms or armpits to make some kind of feminist statement or whatever. You know, do what you want to do, but you don't have to proclaim it to the.
And I can see where she's going with this. She's just doing what she wants to do. For example, feminists don't shave their armpits because they say it's oppression. I personally think it's disgusting, and, you know, I prefer a woman who shaves her pits. But if a woman chooses not to shave her pits because she doesn't like the irritation that comes with shaving her pits, then that's really up to her. I think that it makes more sense. For example, if you're dealing with a woman who says, I just don't like shaving my pits, you know, don't get me wrong, there's going to be a smell, there's going to be all kinds of things, but if you're dealing with a woman who just says, I don't like shaving my pits, you can respect that. It's, you know, it's her body. Doesn't mean you're going to fuck her, doesn't mean you're going to find it attractive, but if she recognizes that, and she probably does and understands that there are going to be people who are turned off to it, then that's perfectly fine. But the problem with feminists is that they're saying not only should they not shave their pits, but they're gonna they're not gonna shave their pits. They're gonna lift up their pits and they're gonna make you look at them. They want people to see their unshaved armpits. Hear us roar. Look at our unshaved armpits. Shaving is oppression. Blah 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 blah. When you start, and then on top of that, they want people to like it. For example, men should find women with unshaved armpits sexy. Oh my gosh, just downright disgusting.
It to the world, you know, crazy stuff like that. But I'm not proclaiming anything. I'm just not shaving my armpits because I don't feel like shaving them, and I don't think I should have to. And the reason I made a video about it is because I want other women to know that there are people out there who also don't want to shave their armpits or anywhere else on their body, and they're not doing it. And I want to let them know, like, hey, you don't have to do this. Just kind of make them think, like, oh wait, why am I doing this again? So yeah, I'm kind of just, I didn't have really any plans for this video. I'm just putting my views out there because, you know, I've gotten called a feminist, and I'm like, wait, I don't think I'm a feminist. You know, I just do what I want to do, and I just think everyone, male or female or anywhere in between, should do what you want to do. And you don't have to be a feminist, you don't have to be a sexist, you don't have to be, you know, like whatever, maleist or whatever would be called. Just do what you want to do and let everyone else do what they want to do, and then we don't even need feminism, and we don't need, you know, all these other like labels that we give ourselves to like proclaim that we are something. Like,
And I was mentioning this before in another video, that this is going to be this is going to be a long-term legacy of feminism, where people are going to be literally sick of labels and not going to want to, classify themselves with a label. That's going to be a long-term legacy of feminism, where people are going to say no more labels. Feminism has fucked things up just enough so people are sick and tired of labels. They're going to say, don't call me a feminist, don't call me an egalitarian, don't call me anything. Don't call me anything with an is. I don't want a label. The thing about MGTOW is that being a MGTOW is not a label, it's just a philosophy. Feminism is not a philosophy. It has never been a philosophy. It was always a movement that was demanding rights. This is the reason why people don't seem to get the difference between MGTOW and feminism. I can be a MGTOW without calling myself a MGTOW. Okay? I can be a MGTOW without calling myself a MGTOW. The word MGTOW means absolutely nothing. It has no power. It has nothing behind it other than describing a core group of ideas. That's what makes the MGTOW philosophy so powerful, because you can be a MGTOW without calling yourself a MGTOW. That's the honest truth. That's why MGTOW will live on and endure, but feminism will not, and people will simply say, I don't want any more labels. I was looking at a video earlier where this woman said her job is to shut other white people up. She's running for the chair of the DNC. She's running to become the chair of the DNC. And she said her job is to shut other white people up. Then she started calling out the racist in the Democratic Party. And it was actually quite funny, because I was reading some of the comments, and then there was a white conservative lady on there who said she's absolutely right. There are many Democrats who are very racist to black conservatives and sexist to conservative women. And it was hilarious reading that, because essentially she was trying to flip the script on these people who use sexism and racism to attack everyone for everything. You have to understand that at the end of the day, most women are narcissistic. This woman, you can look at the way she dresses, look at the way she takes care of herself. You can see that she's very wholesome, very natural. She looks like she looks really hippie. She looks really, really hippie. And that's probably one of the reasons why I think that she understands what it means to just be a human being, because we're all going to die at some point. She seems really, really normal. And it's so hard to find people like that these days, to find women like that these days, who are just being themselves. Nothing extra, nothing special. If you want to fuck, you can fuck. If you want to shave your pits, shave your pits. If you don't want to shave your vagina, don't shave your vagina, but don't be surprised if I don't want to have sex with you, if it looks like a forest. Again, that's just that's what it means to be a human being. You make decisions for yourself, but don't blame someone if they find you unattractive or they don't want to have sex with you because of specific personal decisions that you make. We're all individuals. That's not sexism, it's personal choice. I'll give you a good example. There are some white guys who like to have sex with black women. There are some black guys who like to have sex with white women. That's just their preference. That's not racism. There are some white women who prefer black guys. There are some black women who prefer white guys. But the funny thing is that women will say that it's racist for men to have a preference, but for women, it's not. Do you see what I'm saying? Women, it's like they just have no capacity for taking responsibility for their own actions, and they feel insecure at any decision a man makes that takes direction off them. If a man doesn't find a Western woman attractive, He's a sexist and he's a racist and he's everything bad in the book because he makes her feel insecure. Women are children. I've said it before. They are children that don't have the capacity, for the most part, to make rational, coherent decisions.
Like, we're all just beings. Like, maybe a male has a certain body part that I don't have, but that doesn't make him different from me. And like, we're all just beings. And I'm just doing my thing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to be a feminist. And nothing that I do in my videos or my life is trying to like proclaim any sort of feminist message. So yeah, I want to know what you think about this. I'd really like to have a discussion and see what other people's thoughts are. Whether you are a feminist, or you think that I'm a feminist, or you're anti-feminist, or whatever. I want to know what you think about this, so let me know in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. If you want to see more stuff like this, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I've also been posting yoga videos. I have another one in the works that's coming, and I have...
So like I said, she seems very, very wholesome. Very, very wholesome. And I think that that's something that a lot of women, Western women, are lacking in general, that they don't have a wholesome nature.
I have some recipe videos that are coming up, so stay tuned for that. Check you later. Bye, y'all.
I honestly thought that was a pretty decent video. And I liked her reasons on why she said she's not a feminist. Because she's not a feminist because she doesn't need to be. Don't get me wrong, feminism got women all the rights, the privileges that they enjoy today. But if they could have just chilled the fuck out and let things be, they would have been better off today. Women had pretty much all the rights that men had after they got the right to vote. After they got the right to vote in 1920, they could own property. They could do pretty much everything a man could do. There were some social perceptions that were different, but women could essentially do everything that a man could do after they got the right to vote. But then comes second wave feminism. Second wave feminism was all about getting women equal representation. They had to have equal numbers in universities. They had to have equal numbers in the workforce. They had to have equal numbers in everything. If a man had this, women had to have the equals. They had to have the exact same amount or more, which is a little provision that women always leave off. They always say that they want equality, but they say at least. Notice they always say at least. Women must have at least this. Women must have at least the same representation as men. But they don't ever talk about what if women are overrepresented. Oh, then there's no problem. That is the hypocrisy of women. That is the hypocrisy of feminism. And, it's not going to change anytime soon. Feminism is a cancerous thing. I mean, Gloria Steinem was dancing with the CIA back in the 1960s. Miss Magazine was a feminist magazine sponsored by the CIA. The CIA essentially worked to get women to come into the workforce so they could tax them. The CIA broke up the family, and now we're in this situation. Feminism is a cancerous movement. It has caused many of the problems that we have today, and men are never going to forgive women for feminism. Men are going to be angry. Men are going to not trust women as a result of feminism for generations. The next time a man trusts a woman will be at a point in history potentially where they can no longer remember feminism. They won't remember the experience of feminism. And we're talking about 100 years in the future. Or more. The effects of feminism will be startling for decades, if not for centuries. I want to know if you guys agree that men will never forgive women for feminism. Let me know what you think in the comments section. If you liked the video, please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MGTOW or death. And cheers.